Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Old Pappy back with another one. And let me tell you something right off the start here. You know, Old Pappy's getting older by the second. You know, I'm so old. I actually remember 6 months ago when the TO NERF was basically the beast of the skies. It was undefeatable. It was invincible. It could fly. It had a built-in fire weapon. It, went into stealth. It was just the craziest bot ever. I loved it. As you can see, I have 3 of the dang things. So I guess I'm probably part of the problem as much as the solution, because lo and behold, as soon as everybody had them in their hangar, bang, they get nerfed, they get kneecapped, they get bamboozled, they get swindled, they get blibbity blah, everything else. They really took a body blow when some of these other bots like Hawk and Scorpion and stuff like that came in. TO NERF had to go. It was too powerful. No one would want to get the new bots if they had a full TO NERF hangar. So the speed was reduced. The flight time was reduced. The damage of the internal weapon, the flame weapon, was reduced. And so I notice now that hardly anybody runs them anymore. So I'm going to take them out today, and I'm just going to see what can you actually do with a hangar that is primarily TO NERF. And so let's get started right away here. Now, things to know, on top of all the nerfs, making matters worse, the robot actually has a glitch. And Pixonic is aware of it. I've told them about it. It's all over the Facebook pages. It doesn't happen all the time. So it doesn't happen in this game, but the game before that, I played just to test it out, and it showed up. And so the glitch was that sometimes when you're flying in the air, your flame doesn't work, your built-in flame weapon. But the crazy thing is, sometimes when you're on the ground, it doesn't shut off. And so you're just walking around like almost like you've got a flamethrower, and you're just running around torching buildings or something. It's kind of crazy. So anyway, you got to be aware of that. And you can see as well, a couple seconds ago, there was a bit of a frame rate drop. I mean, this is just, I love the game. I've been playing since 2014. I've been around a long time now. And I'm going to keep playing the game. Don't get me wrong. I love the game. But I really hope that in 2021, in other words, next year, I really hope that the primary goal becomes reducing and fixing all the little bits and pieces in the code that basically make the lag so unbearable. But anyway, that out of the way, let's keep going. Now look at what I'm doing here. Now, because they actually nerfed the flight time, I am trying desperately. Well, I'm going to get killed here. There you go. Bingo bango. There you go. As I always say, do as I say, not as I do, right, kids? Anyway, the point is, with the TO NERF, you got to be very cautious, because you don't have that longer flight time. Before, you could get up in the air and you could just flip around. I mean, it was just like going on a little picnic. You could just fly around in circles, and every time you'd take off, you'd probably kill 3 bots, and then you'd land, and then you just kind of, you'd wait for your cooldown to be over, and then you get up in the air and you do it again. Well, now, because the flight is so slow, you really got to be able to make just a really quick, what I would call a darting foray. You just dart right in really quick, and then you automatically start to drift back towards the safety of your own lines. Let's just put it that way. And another thing to think about on this map is that this is not really a perfect map to be testing TO NERFs, because obviously half of the map is below deck, really. I mean, and the flight ability, even though if you use it when you're below deck, you can actually sometimes evade certain death. I mean, if someone's charging you and suddenly you go into the air and you're in stealth mode, well, that's a way to get away. But in general, this is not the type of bot you'd want to play on this map. But so far, I'm actually kind of surprised at how well it's doing, and the flame weapons, again, they've been nerfed a bit. I'm not super happy with them. They don't seem to be as accurate as they were before, but they do seem to pack a punch when you actually hit targets. So anyway, there you go. Hey, look at this. There's a guy beside me in one of the new Typh. Is that a Typhon? Yeah, that's a new Typhon there. Wow, that's crazy. No, it's not. Jeez Louise, that's a Halloween version. Halloween version Ares. Oh my God, Pappy, get your eyes checked. Okay, first stop after this game, I'm heading to the optometrist, apparently. I'm starting to see Typhons where they're not, but anyway, let's come on back down. Let's see here, get this guy around the corner. I'm playing a lot of peekaboo here. You see, and again, because if I just go out and try to brawl with a lot of these bots, I'm going to die. And that is there's lots of reasons why, but, one of the things you have to understand, I'm sorry about that, Aries, man, you're going to be dead. One of the things about this bot is that there's so many other bots out there that have built-in phase shift, like Ravana. So many bots that have built-in resistance, who can just take the double barrel of my embers and, barely scratch the paint. But you can do stuff like this. You just kind of fly in behind the guy. I'm going to see how many guys can I get here? Can I get one? At least one. Come on, please, please, please. Millions of viewers are watching. God forbid I let you down. Okay, let's see here. This guy's around the corner. Oh, there goes my little buddy. Somebody took him out. He just hit the ground in front of me. What's that song there? Let the bodies hit the floor. There you go. There's another tactic. Look at this. Just charge right at the guy and go right into his shield. And there you go. Another great way to get a kill when you're in the air like that. And look at this. Look at the Titan's health go down. That is one thing about the Embers, I will say, that are still great. Even though I really hate the inaccuracy of the weapon now. But boy, oh boy, do they ever melt Titans. In fact, again, speaking about how old I am, I remember back in the height of the Oh Jun era, being able to, I mean, it wasn't even fair, right? When they first started, and you could go at the Titans in stealth and basically just annihilate them. You could just fly right in and take them down, and they had no way to stop you. So but now they have quantum sensor and all these other things, and there you go. I just got killed. I got hammered by a Titan flame and a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, let's come on back in with my third Oh Jun, and let's see if I can make a difference here with my Redeemers. Now these Redeemers, they got a bit of a I want to say a mechanic change is best way to describe it. It kind of works out to be a buff. But only if you can hit target with all your shots and stuff. So basically what it does is it fires faster now, like the Terran does. It used to have a really slow firing rate and a really weird firing rate. It was these weird pauses in between the plasma bolts that were just long enough to get, to allow the Reds to get the cover and hide. So that's kind of good. And I think they also shoot more bolts per volley, if that, now it's getting really confusing. They shoot more bullets per round when you shoot, like, or what do you want to call it, like bang, 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 but there is a little bit less damage per bang. And so it works out, if you got yourself a master's in computer science, you can get the calculator out and you can figure out the mathematics of it all, but basically it's a bit of a buff. It's not a bad weapon. The one thing about it is that you need to be super hyper accurate. And accuracy's never been my strong point. I've always liked the splash weapons. I've always liked the burst weapons for that reason. More sort of a spray and pray as opposed to the surgical strikes here from Pappy. Oh, geez Louise, he got me down. All right, well, there you go. Okay, so listen, that was the 3 Oh Juns in my hangar, and for the rest of the game, we're just going to come back in here with a Blitz, and I have some Shredders on it, and I can't even remember if we get to the Nightingale, which has the snow weapons on it. But anyway, the point is this. You're going to see, if you stick around at the end of the game, and if you don't, just fast forward to the end and see what the score is. But I am actually pleasantly surprised by how well the Oh Juns did. When you think about how many things were against me in this map, all these areas to my right here, you can see it below deck, I can't even go in them, or if I do, it's a death trap for a flying bot. So many other bots with resistance, with all the meta, the Scorpions, the Hawks, everything else. They all have a huge advantage. The Ares, the Shields, everything else. They got a huge advantage now over the Oh Jun. And yet, when you get to the final score of this game, you're going to see, and obviously I'm going to kill some bots with these other ones as well, but I ended up getting a total, I think, of 10 kills. 10 kills in this game. And I also got the highest score of any player in the game, using primarily three white dragons, Oh Juns, 3 Oh Juns that basically most people have written off out of their hangars and have thrown into the dustbin. And so what does that mean? Well, it means obviously you're not going to win every game if all you do is run white dragons. I'm not gonna sell you a bill of goods here and pretend that it's the new meta. But what I am saying is that if you do still have them in your hangar and you can't afford the big fancy meta bots every time, Pixo drops the new OP bot or weapon or whatever it is, it'll do. It's like that little movie about the pig there. It'll do, pig. It'll do. Play it smart. Don't be the hero. Don't try to lead the charge, but pick your fights and you actually will win some games. So check this out. Look at the score here. People are scoring 7 million these days in clans. Who cares? But this is an honest 2 million. I got 10 kills, 3 beacons, and look at all the other scores. One guy beat me on the other team. That's it. So there you go. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you got any thoughts on your favorite Ao Jun setups, or if you think it's still worth having in your hangar, let me know in the comments. And until next time, see you on the battlefield.